Sheffield United 90 minutes from safety. Durham, with a win and the right results, could find themselves into a safe position as well. There's a lot of permutations at the bottom of the Barclays WSL too. Blades with the early possession. Stobbs has done well. You'll hear almost every single shout from the dugout today as well. There's Lauren Briggs. Turned 30 a couple of days ago. And today will be a nice birthday present. Devlin trying to move it on. And back to order, but in the end well mopped up by Amber Keegan-Stobbs. I can imagine there will be some early nerves. Ball taken down really well there by Hannah Blake. To Lauren Briggs. It has been a rough year for Durham. No question about that. Change in management. The signings they would have thought were big signings that haven't quite worked for them. Of course, in amongst all that, the reliable Beth Heppel has continued to provide goals and assists and more than a little fire as well. Rouse just rolls it into the back line and then all the way back to the keeper. Rogers launches it forward. He's taken down extraordinarily. My word, Charlie Devlin's touch there was unbelievable. It's a shame it was still going to end with Durham picking the back ball back up here. Briggs knocks it forward. Blake will try and chase it back down again, as he tends to do. Devlin straight into the challenge. Games elsewhere today. Birmingham take on Ipswich. Bristol City host Newcastle. Massive game for Pompey as they take on Nottingham Forest. And Sunderland face Crystal Palace. And as mentioned, 4 p.m, Southampton-Charlton. Huge game for Charlton, who won't technically be out of the title race no matter what happens today. You'd imagine they will probably have to win to stay in it. And hope that Birmingham make a mistake ahead of that big final showdown next Saturday. Taylor launches it on. We'll come back here towards Beth Heppel, who's again just loitering, and that ball down the left-hand side for Blake to chase is a little bit underhit. Cleared away, but Durham trying to noodle their way through here 3 minutes in. Lauren Briggs getting, I think, a bit of instruction from both the dugout and the fans behind her. Briggs again. Back to Dee Bradley. Smart touch from the captain. Wilson launches it left-hand side. That's a nice pass as well to find Blake. Hannah Blake cuts onto the right boot. You can see what she was trying to do. Taylor has read it. Looks like the flag had gone up anyway, but smart play from Durham. Taylor still warming herself up after that long layoff. Andrews in superb form, Amy Andrews. Awkward pass, but she'll get it back. Briggs again sharp to it. 2 blades straight into it, including a strong challenge from Cowan. Rouse finds Kinzert. And now to the talented Abbey Lafayette on that left-hand side. Taylor's pass is an awkward one for Cowan, runs away. Taylor's header. And again, Fabio Rock called into action. At the moment, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a low tempo, but both sides certainly feel like they're settling in. And an apologetic word there from Emma Taylor, which I will apologise if you heard it. Long throw down the touchline. Speckmeyer with a smart dummy, but it's still going to come back towards Emma Taylor. Revel. Launch that left-hand side, and again a smart touch, which Lauren Thomas is not going to be able to advance with the ball. Apple's header. Molly Lambert involved for the first time. Taylor again called into action. Briggs has used the body really well there. Smartly from Guyot. Now Lambert. Wants it back down the wing, but Blake rolls it inside instead. That's a really smart pass from Hannah Blake. Stops. Gives the ball away. Now launch for Amy Andrews to chase, and Andrews will chase it. Defended really well by Bradley. And given away here. Guyot. Final pass for both sides at the moment, just lacking. Rouse to Guyot. Heppel right in the way, and then has surely won the free kick. Beth Heppel with the goals and assists she provides. It was a total of 11 last season. She's at 10 this season. Sometimes forget how much of a warrior she is in the centre of the park as well. Just waiting here on the free kick to be taken. Lauren Briggs getting a few instructions from the dugout as well. Launches it forward with the right boot. Close to the back line. And a big burst of pace down this left-hand side from Thomas. With the ball towards Amy Andrews, who's always playing off the shoulder, but Sarah Wilson too experienced for that. Briggs with a smart turn. Neat little touch to Heppel. Launched it on for Speckmeyer to chase. And Taylor, pretty comprehensive with the clearance. You do wonder where Sheffield United might well have been with Emma Taylor available for bigger chunks of the season. Had to find all kinds of different ways of plugging that hole. Simone Sherwood, when she arrived on loan, started in midfield, which is her natural position, and at times had to fill in at centre-back. She has done pretty well overall. Almost 10 minutes in. So far, no chance to speak of. Flicked on by Gayat. Collected by Lambert, although not cleanly. Now Andrews will try and chase onto the ball. Rouse is bounced into. No free kick given. And Lambert, who's made her way all to the right-hand side, collects it. Lambert to Bradley. Makes his pass cut out well by Cowan. Cleared away again. Briggs took the throw quickly. If Durham were to draw today, it would take them to 17 points with a -10 goal difference. If Portsmouth were to lose, then even though mathematically relegation would be possible, you do feel with that goal difference it would be unlikely. Frustration again, just a couple of these touches, these passes aren't quite landing for either side. Here's Blake. It'll touch towards Speckmeyer, who goes for goal. And it's simple enough in the end for Sian Rogers. She's a talent, Mariana Speckmeyer, but maybe argue it's been a tricky season for her. Knocked down the left for Wilson to Reed. Lafayette. Two involved so far. That's a lovely pass from Lafayette to find Amy Andrews. Charging on here, Andrews, but two Durham players in the way. It finds Briggs. It's back away from the talented Blades striker. A few shouts of ref here, and I think we may have a problem. And Fabio Rock, I think, is just urging on some physio help for Sian Rogers. I mean, considered 9-2, Sian Rogers, and she may be frustrated with the way she's conceded a couple of those. There's a few that there's absolutely nothing the Blades keeper could do. But looking through it, that 4-1 destruction to Ipswich midweek, the hefty 5-2 loss away at Southampton. A couple that I think quite rightly she was frustrated about, and talk about that midweek result as well. Stephen Healy was really frustrated. It's one of those where the manager comes out afterwards and there is no excuses. It's a discussion of standards and how everyone knows they've not been met. I said the last couple of days have been a nice clear the air session or two. He was also pleased with the grit and determination. May well have had a quick loose stop as well. So possibly a good time to squeeze in a nip to the toilet. The keeper's getting a bit of treatment.
Just go over with Charlie, just the time we're on.
Charlie Devlin, quite rightly, will have to wait to be reintroduced onto the field. Back underway. With Dee Bradley. Now to Briggs. Launched it on looking for Speckmaier. Again, Taylor comprehensive in her clearance. And then Guyot gets a good foot to it as well. Andrews will chase down Wilson and Bradley. And Bradley's dealt with that really, really smartly. Any kind of regular football for her this season has been delayed. Start of the last 4 in a row, though. On loan from Burnley. We'll see what happens with her in the summer. Bradley moves it forward. Guyot just unable to find a teammate, and now it could be a chance for Molly Lambert, who's in. It's Lambert who's got a big chance here. It's a phenomenal stop from Sian Rogers. That is a brilliant save. Molly Lambert. Well, the ball dropped perfectly for her. It's a great knock from Briggs. And Lambert's done really well to get this on target here from the angle she was at, but Rogers equal to it. My word, what a save from the Sheffield United keeper. First corner of the game goes Durham's way. Heppel's ball in toward the back post, nodded away. Back down towards Stobbs. Bounces it off Andrews, manages to win it back. Important that she did. Lambert traps it. Smart swing to the right-hand side. Stobbs once more. Asking just a little much. Good play from Durham on the whole. But my word, what a save that was from Sian Rogers. May well be getting a call about save of the month, we will see. And that right boot as well, as I was saying, the fact that Lambert even got that on target in the way that she did was a really smart strike. Remains goalless. Wilson launches it on, he might bounce through toward Heppel. Setter just clears it against 2 bodies. Wilson again. Really good pass from Sarah Wilson. Lafayette will just marshal this. We'll try and marshal it, actually. Good spell this from Durham. To Briggs. Blake takes it well. It's a great turn as well in the centre of the park from Foster, who's launched a great ball in. It's a big chance for Durham. Speckmaier can't quite get to it. Well, Mickey Foster there has put in an absolutely superb ball. Had a really big international break as well, Foster. New Zealand finally qualifying for a World Cup. "20 minutes in, or near enough. We're starting to see a couple of chances here for the hosts. Long throw from Briggs. Header won by Cowan. Good pass back toward Briggs as well. Onto that right boot. Rouse in the way. Not really a lot of options for Dee Bradley. Snappy passing. To Bradley again. Briggs under pressure from Guyot. Andrews will chase down Wilson, who instead swings a really nice ball right-hand side. It's found its way through to Lambert, who tries to get the touch away from Revel. With Thomas. And Sheffield United start to ask a few questions of Durham here. Amy Andrews cuts inside. Lafayette. It's a bit too much on the pass from Abby Lafayette. You could argue she's been the standout defender for the Blades this season. Particularly in the second half of the season, Abby Lafayette has had more than one or two very, very good performances. Understandable nerves, I think, in this game. A draw is by no means terrible for either. I suppose the context will change no matter what later on with Pompey's game. Reminder, they are one of our 2 o'clock kickoffs as they host Nottingham Forest. Okay, quick shin pad change. Well, won by Foster. Taylor puts her foot through it. Thomas will chase it up against the right back of Grace Eade, who's actually done, sorry, Grace Eyre, I should say, who's done really, really well. Poor from Andrews. Launches it on. Heppel trying to get it under control in a battle with Kinzert. Kinzert wins the free kick. Strange old game so far. Maybe that Lafayette doesn't take this. She's been one of the best defenders in the league when it comes to crossing. Over 90% successful cross rate. But it won't be her taking this. Pumped into the Durham penalty area and found its way through. Dealt with pretty simply in the end by Kat Shepherd. I think Wilson took a knock in the process. Certainly take a lot to stop Sarah Wilson. Back to her feet pretty quickly. And Cowan just sets the chair back to its feet. Devlin trying to poke it through towards Rouse. Bradley under a bit of pressure here. Briggs has found a good space to support her from. Back towards Cowan. Speckmeyer takes it down. That's a really good touch towards Heppel. And Heppel's released Molly Lambert here. Chance for Lambert. Revel with her. Done well just to slow things down, Jess Revel. Lambert, Briggs in support. That's a smart pass to her from Blake. Foster. Heppel tries to flick it through. Chance Speckmeyer! It's into the back of the net. It is a massive goal for Durham. It is a massive goal for her. And Durham have one step towards safety. It was a really nice passage of play as well from the hosts. Not just the initial ball over the top toward Lambert, but Briggs and Blake combining well. And as you can hear from the young man on MC duty today, it is Mariana Speckmaier with a goal. This is a really good bit of passing, this. Briggs and Blake found Foster, and then Heppel's touch through is an absolute delight. And even though Speckmaier doesn't get a proper touch on it, a clean touch, I should say, she gets the goal, and Durham have a massive goal in their campaign towards safety. It's her first since the goal against Charlton on the 15th of February. It is her most important of the season without question. And the question now is, how does Sheffield United respond? Devlin, really good touch. Trying to just barge by Foster. Lay off towards Amy Andrews. Andrews on the edge of the penalty area. That's a lovely touch to get into danger. Andrews tries to poke it through, maybe slightly late with the ball. Lafayette just has to retreat back and may well have just initially given a glimpse to Heppel. No, Revel moves forward. Maybe the fire inside Sheffield United a little bit more now. Cowan. Taylor. Rouse. And then Briggs. Launched, I think, outside of Maiden Castle there. Well, the table now as it stands is going to make for much better reading for Durham. They would move 9th. If Pompey were to win later, then of course they would not be safe, but again, you've got to factor in that goal difference as well. It may well be a draw if things stay as they are on the final game of the season against Newcastle United in that derby. Would be enough, we will see. Shove on the back of Devlin. It would mean that right now the Blades would be looking with great intent at that game for Portsmouth later. Lafayette and Devlin both over this. 28 minutes on the clock. Lafayette swings it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's nodded just wide by Rouse. Not sure who got the first header across because it was a very, very good one. Backtracking. But Rouse on that right-hand side of the Sheffield United attack just couldn't steer it on. This is a really, really good ball in. It is no great surprise with the quality of Abby Lafayette's crossing. May well have come off a Durham player actually on the way through to Rouse. Ball to Taylor. Revel. Smart dummy from Lafayette. Here comes Thomas. Lauren Thomas might try and get the strike away. She does! And now we see a brilliant save at the other end. Well, despite Durham's woes through much of this season, Kat Shepherd has had a brilliant year. And that is another example of it. That was a fantastic stop. I mean, Thomas does really well as well, of course, in the first place to manufacture the chance, but that's another really good save. We've seen a couple in this game now. And Sheffield United have responded well to going a goal down. Just waiting, I think, on Fabio Rock to have a word with one or two inside that 6-yard box. Issues resolved. comes the corner kick. It's an awkward one to deal with. Shepherd has dealt with it, and I think has won the free kick in the process. Stephen Healy will be, I think, at least a little bit pleased with how his side have responded to conceding that. Ariana Speckmeyer goal.
Yes, leave it now.
15 minutes to half-time. It's a game that has had only a couple of chances, but Durham have taken one of theirs.
Yes.
Rouse does well. Thomas. Back to Molly Rouse. Amy Andrews. Much better from the Blades. Given away to Lambert now, who might be able to venture forward. Andrews just helping out. Good pass to find Foster. The right pass to find Briggs. Foster swings it right-hand side. Goal scorer with some pep in her step. Here's Foster, who might try from range, has tried from range, but always going wide. Shan Rogers wants to just get back on with it. Blake just tries to move it round Cowan. Important touch from Foster. Now to Stobbs, who loses it to Lafayette, who's a long way forward, but has reportedly won it unfairly. Abby Lafayette has played every minute of every game this season, along with the likes of Heppel and Mannion. Even Mannion's had a really good season as well, of course, for Newcastle. A lot of goalkeepers in there, but Abby Lafayette in the mix as well. Taylor finds Guyat. Manages just to initially get away. No throwing given, and Stobbs is able to find Lambert. Heppel had just found herself a little bit off balance, and Devlin can just move it across towards Rouse. She runs herself into trouble, and Stobbs picks it back up again. With Lambert, sets herself to hit it, and it's always rising. Well, 4 goals this season for Molly Lambert. She has been so important going forward for Durham this term. In a couple of games where she's been borderline unplayable. Maybe a bit frustrated with the way she struck that one. Don't think there was a better option really, with how many Durham players against how many Sheffield United players were loitering on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Cowan. Bit of a shove on the back surely there of Guyat. Lauren Briggs will be called over here. I think it'll just be a stern word from Fabio Roque. Another chance for Sheffield United to get this into a dangerous position. They had a big chance a few moments ago from obviously a bit closer. Lafayette may well try and curl this one in. Lafayette's ball in, flick toward goal, nodded away, and that should be, and is a corner kick. Blades corner. Lafayette's ball in is another awkward one. And it's resulted in another foul. "35 minutes in. It has been nervy. It has been awkward at times, this game. Cowan. To Taylor. Rivals drop to help her out. And Speckmeyer has been in the right place. It's Mariana Speckmeyer. Blake in support. Speckmeyer defended well by Taylor. Briggs will collect the throw. But that is a huge goal for Mariana Speckmeyer. Such a talent, but it hasn't always gone her way this season, really. Long throw in from Briggs towards Speckmeyer. He just flicks it into the arms of Rogers. And a bit awkward this here. The Blades have played themselves away riskily, but it worked. Lafayette. Revel. Smart pass towards Thomas. Guyat wants it. He's not going to get it. And Blake again is in the right place. Quite a good game so far, Hannah Blake. Cowan. Devlin. If Rouse is onside, that's a brilliant ball. She is. Cowan in support. First time sweep into the penalty area. Now with Guyat. Good pass to find Devlin. Devlin's shot is blocked brilliantly. That's great defending at the last. Really good football from Sheffield United to get into that position. All hands to the pump inside the Durham penalty area. It's a handball by Rouse. And again, Briggs will take a moment for Bradley to take it. Foster back to Bradley. Briggs. Good turn again. Guyat's able to win the ball. Rouse. Tenacious central midfielder. Player for some phenomenal clubs. Was over in Germany with Turbine Potsdam. He were for a long time a major player in the Frauen Bundesliga. Kinzert up against Heppel. Lafayette up against Lambert. Ball through, almost found Andrews. Burst into the penalty area. Now there is shouts of referee. I think Lauren Thomas had an argument that she was certainly fouled. Where that foul came is for perhaps a different conversation, but Javier Rock was unmoved. Taylor scrambles it to Cowan. Well, Cowan will try and chase this down up against Guyat and Briggs.
Oh my God!
Can all the participants from our pre-match tournament please head to the fence off D behind the goal nearest the two.
Last 5 minutes of normal time in this first half. A reminder, as things stand, Durham moved to 9th, Sheffield United dropped to 10th. Durham would have 19 points. Sheffield United would have 18 points. With Ipswich and Pompey still to play this afternoon. That ball through is a beauty though to Andrews. Is she onside? It seems she is onside. Amy Andrews has tried to be too clever. Well, she's capable of it, but that was a massive moment for Sheffield United. And Kat Shepherd called it to a tee. The ball from, I think, Devlin here is absolutely superb. And that was the moment Andrews should have hit it. And if Sheffield United take nothing from this game, it will be a moment that may well replay in Amy Andrews' mind. Guy will chase down T. Bradley. What's it back to Shepherd?
Yeah. Come on, Shona. Come on. Good.
Briggs back to Bradley. Durham will be delighted with this first half as it stands. Strong header from Rouse. And Sheffield United get the foul. Devlin with the nonchalant pass to Revel. Revel swings it in towards both Andrews and Rouse. Brought down by Blake, but only as far as Guyat, who will try and get the strike off. And Durham, well, it's not quite as simple as saying they get away with it there, but they certainly made things difficult for themselves. Blake's touch was just a little bit too heavy. Guyat was immediately closed down by Bradley. Two minutes of normal time to go. You'd imagine it will be around 2 to 3 minutes of added time. Heppel just trying to battle away by Kinzet. Devlin. It was a really big push there from Lauren Thomas, but in the end, I think Kinzet has fouled, but the referee will play advantage. It's Lambert. Lambert's ball towards this left-hand side and Blake. Hannah Blake. Just a heavy touch in the end. Been used fairly sparingly this calendar year, Hannah Blake. So far today has done very well, but this looks to be a real issue here. The advantage was played for potentially understandable reasons, actually. So we're going to take a moment or two. There will likely be further added time off the back of this. Durham. I'll have a couple of words, I think, with Neil Redfern here. And this is the challenge. We've just missed that challenge on that left-hand side. This is the half chance on the left-hand side, which Blake couldn't do anything with, but hopefully all okay. Sarah Wilson and Neil Redfern discussing the potential ways through for these final couple of minutes. Will likely be around 4 minutes now. It was originally 3, so you can see that graphic there. There we go. It is 4 minutes of added time. It was declared. We've got the injury. We've added the minutes on. All's okay. We'll get back underway. Wait for Briggs to come back on. Turning the pressure from Speckmeyer. I think an instruction of just walk as well from the bench towards Michaela Foster. This would be such a vital 3 points. We're only pretty much halfway through. Long way to go yet. Guyat trying to launch it on. Cowan will now get the chance to do so. Foster. Stobbs. Briggs. It's been a both tentative and at times expansive first half of football. Strange old opening 47 minutes. Right now Durham lead. Foster launches it back in. Bradley, I think, was setting herself for a shot. Grace Eyre. Lafayette. Guyat just moving the ball nicely towards Thomas. Bit of space and a bit of room here for Sheffield United. Devlin. Charlie Devlin. Left-hand side. To Guyat. Guyat's done really well. She's done really well, and it's a chance that Sheffield United can't convert. Devlin had made her way into that 6-yard box. But that was very, very good play from Shauna Guyat. Just tricked, dragged Grace Eyre into it. Shauna Guyat being told where to go. Front space. In comes the corner kick. Up towards Amy Andrews, who opts just to move away from the ball. Durham able to just clear it away. Seemed for a moment like it was drifting over the byline. Lafayette, little skip away from trouble. Still with Lafayette, who has not won the corner kick. And we may not have now much longer to go in this first half. The first half that Mariana Speckmeyer's goal has given Durham an all-important, so important lead. 25 minutes in. A massive, massive goal for the hosts. Well, knocked forward by Rouse for Andrews to put perhaps a fairly vain chase on it. And that will be it from the first half. Back underway as Foster launches it on. Lafayette takes the first touch for Sheffield United. Stobbs is right into it, straight away here. Amber Keegan-Stobbs. Little touch towards Speckmeyer. Speckmeyer's ball in is a dangerous one, and straight away the Venezuelan creates a chance for Durham. Now with Guyat, who just tries to launch it towards Amy Andrews. Read again by Bradley, who's had a very solid game so far. Back into the path of Rouse. Just tries to knock it, and actually a good bit of pace here from Thomas, who is quick. It's Lauren Thomas into the penalty area. Very, very well defended. Grace Eyre has done superbly there. Lafayette, though, does well to win the ball back. Gayat, right-hand side for Leanne Cowan. Cowan's high ball in towards Amy Andrews, not going to reach her. Thomas will try and get in front of Lambert. Molly Lambert just does the sensible thing. Lafayette. Revel. Always missed in that Sheffield United back line. Certainly missed midweek. Really was below their standards, Sheffield United, albeit against an increasingly talented side that David Wright is now in charge of full-time. Ball through towards Rouse, who might be able to get to this. Bradley clears it away. Job that David Wright has done at Ipswich Town to give them any kind of hope of survival is pretty remarkable. Really smart January signings as well. In this one, Lafayette just trying to get away from Eyre, and will win the corner kick well. Kinzet. Interesting ball in. And an apologetic hand immediately. I think got caught between a couple of minds there, Ella Kinzet. Didn't have a good game at all against Southampton a couple of weeks ago. She's so good. Well, at least best actually midfielders at intercepting and successful tackling as well. Flicked up by Foster. Nods it on again. Thomas. Kinzet. Taylor. Pumps it on, but it's red first time. Cleared second. Revel to Taylor. Really good pass from Revel to find Molly Rouse. Devlin to Rouse inside the penalty area, and initially it looked like it had been well shielded, but the corner kick is conceded. Blades corner. Bumped into a dangerous position. Either way, Kinzet's ball is an interesting one for Thomas. Thomas. Just toward the corner flag, I think potentially trying to win a corner. In the end, conceding the goal kick. Plenty of endeavour in these opening 5 minutes of the second half. Spetmeyer's done well. Awkward one, this one for Kinzet, who has to get it under control with Heppel pressing. Neat from Lambert to Wilson. Forward from Revel. Not brilliant communication. Kinzert sets herself. Thought she was going to strike it there. Out towards Cowan, right-hand side. 3 blades in the centre. Amy Andrews is one of them. Is not going to reach it. Yet again, good play from Bradley. Lambert to air. Wilson's sweep is a little bit wayward. Lafayette powering forward as Andrews will try and charge her way through. Lafayette looking for Andrews. Just a little wayward with the ball forward. All kinds of discussions going on between the dugouts and the pitch at the moment. You may be able to hear a few of them. It's interesting at times to hear these machinations. But again, apologies if you hear any language that's a little bit salty. Lambert. Heppel. Smart pass for Speckmeyer, who just tried to put it back into the path of Molly Lambert. Revel's read it. And now Rouse has it, and her ball towards Andrews is very good. She needs a few in the centre here, Andrews. She's not going to get it. Had to try and stretch and sprint to keep it in play. You wonder when Blades might consider a change or two, just to try and find a different kind of formula. Eva Butler on a day can be very, very dangerous, even if she's still trying to grow into life. Argue really the same for Abby Jones. Simone Sherwood, who's been playing at centre-back for a little while, is actually quite at times an adventurous central midfielder. Lambert's ball, looking for Blake, but shielded by the Sheffield United centre-back Emma Taylor. Taylor. Touch around the corner. Results in a free kick to Sheffield United. Fabio Rock is just measuring it out here. I think he's also talking to somebody. Difficult to know quite what's being said at present. So we're waiting on whether it's a substitution, whether it's on someone having taken a knock. We're not quite sure here. Ball out to the right-hand side then. Will be whipped into danger for Sheffield United. Toward Taylor, over her head. It's going to drop down, and it is not kept down by Ella Kinzert. Can't challenge Kat Shepherd. And it looks like maybe that someone caught a bit of a knock. It was just an incident requiring treatment to blood, of course. So quite rightly, that will be dealt with very sharply. It will have been Dee Bradley. We'll confirm that when we know. Revel with a strong header. Finds Devlin. 3 Durham players around her. Revel's ball forward is blocked by Speckmaier. He did really well there. Taylor to Revel. Revel to Rouse. Rouse's attempt to steer it towards Lafayette at least wins her side the throw. Poor ball back from Lafayette. It is a pointless corner to have given away. A chance for Durham to try and turn the screw further here. Heppel's ball in. It's not a toward goal. It is a massive second for Durham. It's Dee Bradley. It is a huge, huge goal. And the Irish woman rises brilliantly to Beth Heppel's corner to nod it home. It is a huge goal for her personally, Dee Bradley. It has been a very, very tricky season for her. But that is a big goal. It is a big header. And she marks her 5th start in a row with an unbelievably big goal for Durham. What does Sheffield United do here? A throw of the dice, potentially. A cross of the fingers for what happens at Pompey later. Durham, throughout the course of this season, one of their big problems has been just a lack of ruthlessness. They have found it today. They have really found it today. Speckmaier and Bradley. Neil Redfern against the side that he has so much knowledge of course, Sheffield United, having been there 2020 to 2022. Against his former side right now, he is getting a huge win for his current one. Here is Thomas, bursting away from Lambert. Lauren Thomas. Devlin. Tries to just knock it in, back towards Lafayette. Blades have got a push now. Lafayette, good turn from Guy out on the edge of the penalty area. And Wilson emerges. The veteran with the ball to the left-hand side. Briggs just slowing things down ever so slightly. Sheffield United, I think, are going to make a change in a moment. You might be able to see Eva Butler. I mean, anything else Stephen Healy can do, he's got to throw a bit more attacking impetus at it. Now here's Amy Andrews, who's had a couple of half chances. And one big one. Thomas onto the right boot, tries to strike. They're in the way. Lafayette to Revel. Revel's pass is cut out really well by Foster, who finds Speckmaier. Even thought up the shot momentarily, Speckmaier. Either that or a smart dummy. Speckmaier against Taylor. In the end, the free kick goes against Durham's number 17. This will be the change then. Shauna Guyat will make her way off. Eva Butler will make her way on. There's been some brilliant flashes from her this season. She's not quite there yet. Only signed her first pro deal in the summer, the academy product, and yet even then, the moments you do see from Eva Butler when they're going her way are absolutely exceptional. And we're going to get a change, I think, as well for Durham. And it looks like it will be the goal scorer, Mariana Speckmaier, who will be heading off here in a moment. She's still on the field for now.
First substitution for Durham, replacing number 17, Mariana Speckmaier.
Yeah, so it is Mariana Speckmaier going off. And taking her time as well, as I suppose is her right. And should be replaced by Layla McFarland, the Northern Irish winger. And here is the big moment for Mariana Speckmaier. Well, there's the aftermath of the big moment for Mariana Speckmaier. Here we go. Heppel's ball through to Molly Lambert. Absolutely brilliant ball from Heppel. Revel actually did really well here, but then this passage of play from Durham, it's not just about the goal, it's about the build-up. Lambert to Blake, Blake to Briggs, just moving Sheffield United around. Foster with a great pass through toward Beth Heppel, and then, well, Speckmaier able to just somehow bundle it home. It is a big goal for her in what's been a tricky season. It's an even bigger goal for Durham, and got a yellow card as well. We'll take a look at that incident in just a moment. I think it might be Amy Andrews who's received the yellow card. It is Amy Andrews who's received the yellow card. The first of the season. I think we're going to take a quick look at that moment now, actually. Here it is. Andrews to the left-hand side, cutting inside. Going down. Asking for a penalty. And instead getting a booking. It might well be then with Layla McFarland making her way onto the field in place of Speckmaier that we get Lambert or Heppel acting more as an out-and-out striker. It could just be a flat attacking midfield four with Lambert and Heppel either, well, in the middle of Blake and McFarland. Layla McFarland has had only the 2 starts this season. Scored on international duty against Malta. Week Saturday back. There is McFarland's touch. Foster. Lambert. Ball bounces straight off Rouse, and Lambert keeps going. Cut out by Cowan. Lafayette appears to be playing slightly more centrally now. Rouse trying to steer it through, wins a free kick on the halfway line. Revel back on. Devlin into the Durham penalty area. Not sure who got the last touch, it's not going to matter. In fact, it might matter as Kat Shepherd returns to the edge of her 6-yard box. Stobbs able to just lump it on. McFarland will chase it. Taylor. Kinzet somehow steers it well towards Lafayette. Calm pass towards Rouse. Back to this left-hand side and Amy Andrews. Andrews charging forward here. She's difficult to stop when she gets going. Amy Andrews, maybe difficult to stop, but was stopped and stopped very, very well by Air. Grace Air has had a really quietly good game today. Reaching that big 100-game mark. Huge milestone for her. And today has played really well on that right-hand side of Durham's back line. Smart touch towards Butler. He's skipping away well here, Butler. And I'll tell you what, Eva Butler has done brilliantly even to get the ball into the 6-yard box. Cleared away, corner kick. Eva Butler with some really good play down that right-hand side, the sub. Sheffield United corner. Can they get back into this game? Lafayette, nodded toward goal. Comes back towards Eva Butler. Cowan. Swung right-hand side back to Lafayette. Two Durham players around her. Concedes the throw. Durham's plan so far today is working. It's been a couple of moments for Sheffield United, but as mentioned, it's been a bad season in terms of being clinical for Durham. It's been a very good afternoon in terms of being clinical. Kins it to Butler. The score of Durham's second should just marshal that away. We're going to get another substitution here. So, Amber Stobbs, or Amber Keegan Stobbs. Named for Kevin Keegan, by the way, one of my favourite stats of the day. Will be replaced by Tyler Toland, who, well, we know what she can do. We've seen one of those nominations last month for Goal of the Month, didn't we? Unbelievable long-range strike against Ipswich, which in the end meant very little. Game time has slowed down a little bit of late. But she can change a game, Tyler Toland. Stobbs off, Toland on. Redfern again just trying to firm things up for his side. Lambert scoops it for Foster to chase. Taylor back to a goalkeeper. Rouse, that's a really good pass. And now a chance down this left-hand side if they can keep a hold of possession here. Thomas is busting a gut, but is not going to keep it in. 20 minutes for Durham to take a gigantic step towards safety, and just give Sheffield United another weekend of worry. Goal difference could likely help out both, but even then, you want it in your own hands as soon as possible, don't you? Kinzet, Andrews, little layoff is just a bit too optimistic. Thomas is still not back to her feet. Cowan to Revel. Just Revel, left-hand side. Thomas now, Lambert needs to get up. Taylor to Cowan, whose pass is wayward. A reminder, Birmingham take on Ipswich, Bristol City host Newcastle United, Portsmouth and Forest. Well, that's the huge game for these two sides, isn't it? And Sunderland Crystal Palace at 2 o'clock. You can watch all of those should you wish to, but if you want to focus on one, that's okay too. But all of that action is available anyway on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel. As tonight is Southampton-Charlton, the 4 p.m. kickoff. Huge game at Silver Lake Stadium, that one. There is still a lot to play for. Pass towards Air, who just manages to get enough on it. Heppel towards Lambert. Molly Lambert's in. Big chance for Durham to kill the tie. And Rogers, yet again, with a very good save. That is another really, really good stop from Sian Rogers. Don't think there was a great deal she could do about that Dee Bradley header in this second half. But maybe could feel she would have done better, or should have done better, with this Speckmeyer goal. Outside of that, she still pulled off a couple of brilliant saves. Heppel, I think, broken last season's goal contribution record now. Heppel knocks it in, back toward Bradley again. Back to Beth Heppel, edge of the penalty area. Swung back in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Volley toward goal, still not clear here for the Blades. And now it is. We're also hearing that Lauren Thomas has picked up a yellow card for Sheffield United in the last few moments for dissent. That's 2 Blades players on bookings for dissent. Both her and Abby Lafayette. Who's taking this throw here. Lafayette found Andrews. Should be thinking about that chance where she tried to round Kat Shepherd rather than slot it home. I think she'll be thinking about that an awful lot today, if the result stays the way it currently looks like it will. She will be replaying it in her mind. The ball came through to her, one-on-one with the keeper. Had the chance, I think quite a natural chance as well, to either lift it or drill it or slot it, however you want to describe it. Instead, tried to round Shepherd, who read it perfectly and gobbled the ball up. Slammed on the left-hand side for Thomas to chase. It's a good ball if Thomas can keep it in. Off Wilson and away. Andrews leaves it for Kinzert. Devlin tries to just swing it in. Still waiting for Lafayette to be allowed back on the field. Now come back onto the field and might be able to collect the ball quite quickly. In fact, we'll just take the throw. Lafayette's throw has just seen a scramble inside this Durham penalty area. Lambert to Ware, who slams it against the left back. We need to find something to get ourselves into games, said Stephen Healy a couple of weeks ago. They need to find something here. As McFarland is chasing on, but Reeville with a really good challenge. And now Fabio Rock is jogging back over, just to see what is happening here. And a few more words from Stephen Healy to a number of his players. Luke Turner, alongside him, is in charge of this football club, of course, for a number of months. Well, they tried to find their permanent man. They have found him. This afternoon, he's got to find something here.
Substitution for Sheffield United, replacing number 6, Emma Taylor, is number 45, Abigail Jones.
Abby Jones will come on to replace Emma Taylor. That is not, by any stretch of the imagination, like for like. But at this point, there's not really a great deal Stephen Healy can do other than throw more and more attacking options at it. Almost in a 3-3-4 here now. It makes sense as well with the issues that Emma Taylor has had, that if you're going to take somebody off, it might well be her. She actually has had a pretty solid game, the centre-back. But Abby Jones comes on to replace her. She can change things. She can really push on well, but another one who's got to try and find more regular football. Butler and Jones now on for Sheffield United, replacing Taylor and Guyat. McFarland and Toland on, replacing Stobbs and Speckmeyer. 13 minutes of normal time to go here. And Neil Redfern will be, I think, absolutely delighted under the pressure his side came into this under today. They have been as good as he could ask them to be. Defended well and taken their chances. They've not been by far and away the better team in this game. But the moments that matter have gone their way. And at the moment, 13 or so minutes to go, certainly with added time. Durham are not safe, but they are an awful lot safer. And it might well be that if Pompey were to lose at home against Forest today, both they and even in fact today's opponents, Sheffield United, would be safe as well. Devlin. Thomas sweeps it. Foster in the battle. Wilson, really composed little chip of the ball. Rouse just stretching for it. And Eyre just slowing things down once more. She's had a really good game, Grace Eyre. Briggs to Foster. Rouse, the ball's been won well, and now Molly Rouse can try and move it right-hand side. That's a really good ball. There's only Andrews in the centre at the moment. Devlin and Thomas are both trying to get in there as well. 2 bites of the cherry, neither taken, but out for a corner. Corner, Sheffield United. And it comes to what the near post, it's nodded away. Kinzet. Lafayette swings it in, punched away by Shepherd. And slammed clear. And the flag gone up? Certainly seems that way. Yeah, there we go. It was offside. Launch forward, and Sean Rogers will easily deal with that. Weird all day for Sean Rogers. Some top-class saves. And one she arguably should have done better with. Toland. Out to Eyre, right-hand side. Devlin is motoring across, having conceded the free kick. Blake, that's a really smart, snappy attempt to find McFarland. Lafayette. 9 minutes of normal time. Right now, it feels like Durham have taken a gigantic leap to safety.
Substitution for Sheffield United, replacing number 21, Lauren Thomas, is 14.
Lauren Thomas coming off. Leah O'Leary coming on. Leah O'Leary, 20 years of age now. Outside of that FA Cup tie, heavy loss to Man City. She's spent a lot of this season on the bench, but was absolutely exceptional when she came on against Ipswich back in November. Really was a very good performance. Interesting to see what Leah O'Leary can do going forward. It is another, understandably, attacking change as well. Albeit on this occasion, it's attacker for attacker. One throw down the right-hand side. Lafayette loses out. Toland, Heppel with a smart pass to find Blake. It's bundled down and wins the free kick. There was an enormous amount of pressure on Durham today. Yes, things were shaking out as unlikely for relegation, but they'd lost the last two games and Pompey picked up a win. It was not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Right now, though, they sit in 9th on 19 points as it stands. Sheffield United in 10th on 18 points. If Pompey were to lose later on, then both would be safe. If Pompey were to win, it would matter really how comfortably they beat Nottingham Forest with that goal difference as well. Because it would drag Sheffield United and it would drag Durham back into it, with Ipswich's result later on also unknown. Wouldn't quite know what would happen with them. Ball pumped forward here towards the halfway line. Trickles away. Been an unsettled season for Sheffield United for a number of reasons. I do think Luke Turner's tenure was carried out really, really soundly. Picked up the reins from Ash Thompson, of course. To navigate his way through, they've had some key injuries at times. They have got brilliant attacking quality in the likes of Devlin and particularly Amy Andrews. It was always going to be difficult, and it's certainly been way better than last season, where they finished at rock bottom of the second division. There's undoubtedly improvements in the Barclays WSL 2 for Sheffield United this season. Those improvements will mean nothing if they end up relegated come the end of the term. Lot's going to hinge on that Pompey result later. Devlin throws it in into the 6-yard box and nodded away. Cowan back toward Charlie Devlin. Devlin, little poke through towards Rouse. Right-hand side, it's a very dangerous ball in. It's not been steered toward goal by Amy Andrews. Five and a half minutes to go. A rare bit of Durham ruthlessness. We've seen Neil Redfern potentially pick up a huge win. For him personally, more importantly for Durham. Here is Kinzet. Out to Cowan. Smart turn back towards Rouse. Lovely turn on the edge of the penalty area, just slightly over-egged. Rouse again. Ball back through toward her, to the ground, and a penalty is given. And Molly Rouse bursting into the penalty area. It's a mix of barging and bursting, but she did, she burst in. And it could be a late bit of help for Sheffield United. Nice football. Really good play, actually, from Abby Jones. And it's Foster who's just lent into the midfielder and has now increased the late pressure on Durham. Should Amy Andrews convert this? Andrews against Shepherd. They're back in the game. It is a brilliant penalty from Amy Andrews. Her 9th goal of the season. A massive goal for Amy Andrews. And somehow, Durham, from a position of relative comfort, have perhaps manoeuvred themselves into feeling late pressure. This is, by the way, a perfect penalty from Amy Andrews. That is a brilliant strike from the spot. What have we got in these next 3 minutes? And a note as well for Abby Jones, who was absolutely exceptional the way she kept hold of the ball. I felt she'd just slightly overplayed it, but ball through towards Rouse was enough to see the midfielder tumbled. And a yellow card, I think, for Sian Rogers on that occasion. It certainly wasn't for Abby Lafayette, because it would have meant that she would have left the field. Bradley and Lambert throwing themselves in. Jones trying to win it. Cowan trying to win it. Long throw down the left-hand side. Picked up by Devlin. And now a chase from Lear O'Leary. It's still with Lear O'Leary. It's a good ball to this right-hand side, and Blake, who's been quiet in the second half. Has it taken off a toe by Toland. Lafayette able to just get it a little bit further on. I think we're likely to see at least 6 minutes of added time here. At least 6 minutes. We will see. O'Leary doing well again. Blake managing to do even better. Foster. Toward Lambert. Little touch toward the byline. Blake in support. But Durham understandably happy to spend time by the corner flag. And a lack of communication inside the 6-yard box. Toland, I should say, pumps it in. And Rogers gets it forward. Picked up by Briggs. Just does the smart thing, Toland. And Sheffield United break with it. Andrews is stopped by Bradley. And it's going to be a free kick. And again, apologies for any language you may well be hearing from the dugouts. It's a Durham free kick. Slammed on towards Lambert. Takes it down well. McFarland perhaps a tad wayward with that ball. Blades have got to get on with it. They absolutely got to get on with it. Forward it comes. Flick down to the halfway line. Scooped up. Andrews doesn't get it under control. And Blake does really well. Anna Blake. Back towards Eyre, who launches it on. Lambert will chase it. There's confirmation of the 6 minutes added. And confirmation of Molly Lambert's foul there on Abby Lafayette as well. Well, Sheffield United, again, depending on what happens later, may need to do something at home against Bristol City next Saturday. And another blanket apology for the language you'll hear. Whereas Durham, well, this win might put them in a really strong position, particularly going to take on Newcastle United on the final day of the season in Gateshead. Knocked on. Rouse is not fouled. Ball comes back toward her. It's a really good touch from her, though. And that will be a foul, surely. And in fact, I think a yellow card as well. Fabio Rock has been pretty quick to, at times, put his foot down on certain bits, particularly descent. On that occasion, it's a foul from Dee Bradley that results in a yellow card. Four minutes to go. Durham, Sheffield United. It is getting a little bit more tense here. It did feel like Durham just had to autopilot this one home. That penalty has changed everything. Devlin and Cowan. Devlin into the penalty area. Nodded away. And Foster can't stop it going for a corner. Lafayette across here. Cowan. Kinzet. O'Leary on the edge of the penalty area. Lafayette's ball in. Towards Devlin, who doesn't connect. Durham just have to get this forward. Lambert's not stopping chasing. Up against Rogers. Comes back up again, right-hand side. Chance for Blake to come forward. Is Lambert onside is the question. I think no would have been the answer. 3 minutes to go. Can the Blades get something from this? Molly Lambert is just taking her time to move away from Rogers. A ball needed to come off the field as well. I think there's a couple of complaints that the ball was somewhat punted into the crowd. Rogers. Lafayette. Out towards Rouse. Apologies, out towards Andrews, I should say. Now Foster, left-footed, thumping clearance. Back it comes again, this time towards O'Leary. Devlin, Andrews. Sheffield United are hunting. Devlin just tries to bundle a way through. Reevil quick to just slow things down before tossing it against the legs of Hannah Blake. Durham will make their way in the slowest possible pace toward the ball. It will be a long throw from this right-hand side, just down this touchline, you'd imagine. Minute and 30 to go. McFarland will chase it. Reevil emerges with it. Heppel coming through as well. Now with Rouse. Smart pass to Andrews. Gives it back. Reevil. Onto the right boot. And Wilson, along with Heppel. Two Durham stalwarts just putting up a wall. Kinzet into the last minute. Lafayette launches it in. It's high. Shepherd spills it. It's cleared away, but it is no surprise to see that there was a free kick in the process. 45 seconds to go. Are Durham going to hold on to this is the question. Even having conceded that penalty, it does feel like they've had the right kind of attitude today. Lafayette swinging it in high. And yeah, I think there's two or three who bounce off each other inside the 6-yard box there. And Kat Shepherd, well, 2 bookings this season. I don't think she'd care a jot if she got booked for a 3rd time here. Entirely sure that's where the foul was given. Launched up. Smashed away. Blake trying to get away from Lafayette. He has to just try and win the corner, the throw, and just settle with it, really. Leary leaps. Foster happy to put the ball out of play. Lafayette's throw. Devlin, they've got to get it forward here, Sheffield United. Rouse, last throw of the dice surely here. Andrews steers it back towards Rouse. It's with Devlin. Swings it in low, not at the edge of the 6-yard box. Wilson knocks it clear, and that is it. It is a huge 3 points for Durham. It is a huge 3 points for Durham.